What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Blue Jackets video for you guys. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the latest rumors surrounding the Columbus Blue Jackets as the NHL Stanley Cup finals are still going on. And Yarmo and company are already out here making moves, trying to make this team better. Now, I can already see the haters in the comments saying, man, Ivan Provorov doesn't make the Blue Jackets better. That dude freaking stinks. Well, you see, I'm not going to judge Provorov off of last year because the Flyers were absolutely horrendous. I mean, they were as bad as the Blue Jackets. So I'm going to give him a chance and see what he can do with the Blue Jackets. Maybe we can help him elevate his game, but we'll see. I mean, couldn't hurt. I mean, he's better than Goodbranson. I mean, to this day, I still wonder why in the heck we signed Goodbranson, let alone to the money that we did. 4 by 4, 4 years, 4 million a year. Why? That was totally unnecessary. There were so many better options out there, and we went out and signed arguably one of the worst defensemen in the NHL. Yeah, good going, Yarmo. That was a semi rare Yarmo L. Usually he's been pretty good, but yeah, that was a big fat L for Yarmo. Of course, shortly after we made that signing, we went out and got the top available free agent on the market in Johnny Gaudreau. And to be honest with you guys, when we signed Gaudreau, my thoughts went from, well, we're back in the lottery to playoffs. Literally, I was thinking this team could be a playoff contender with Johnny. And then we all just went through arguably the worst season we've ever seen. Now, it's mainly because of injuries. So you're saying if the Blue Jackets weren't injured to hell and back, you guys would have been a contender? I don't know. Because look at all the players that missed games last year. I mean, Zach Werenski, arguably our best defenseman, missed a portion of the season last year. Like, Line missed a lot of the season. Boone Jenner missed some games. Johnny missed games. My God, it's like, I can't even tell you how many combined games these guys missed. I think we led the league in combined games missed. If not, we were right up there. We had a ton of injuries. Not to mention, we practically had an AHL team by the end of the year. Practically had the Monsters playing in Columbus. Like, we were sacrificing the Cleveland Monsters, who were in the midst of a playoff push, mind you, so we could field the team. And it's because of all these injuries that the Monsters kind of fizzled out and missed the playoffs. So you're saying if the Blue Jackets would have been healthy, the Cleveland Monsters probably would have made the playoffs? Yeah, because we had to keep, bringing players from Cleveland down to Columbus to fill in the spots that were, emptied out, that were opened by injured players. So you see what this team would have looked like if we didn't have the injury bug last year. The injury bug straight up kicked our ass. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Knock on wood. But yeah, before I get into the rumors, let's revisit my wish list for the Blue Jackets heading into this offseason. And as you can see, still number one objective, first line center. Yeah, we still need a first line center. Some people might say Boone Jenner's that guy. I don't know if he's that guy. I don't know. I mean, he looked decent at times, but I think we could still get somebody to get the puck to Johnny and Laine and let them cook. It would really help if Johnny and Laine could stay healthy, especially Laine. That dude missed a lot of games last year. That really affected us too, because he was one of our best scorers, big time. I mean, maybe they stick with Boone to be in the middle of Johnny and Laine. That could probably work. We'll see. But I still think we could go for at least a center to maybe put second line or whatever. But yeah, I still think we could go for a centerman. Now, my number two objective is still defenseman, even after we added Provorov. I think they could maybe add one or two more via trade or free agency and, really beef up this defense core because if you watched our defense last year, it was bad. Like, we could not keep the puck out of our own zone. And in turn, Elvis was left out to dry half the time because our defense stunk so bad. Like, it was to the point where we could score 7 goals a game, but give up 8 goals a game. We could not keep the puck out of our own zone and net. But we could score like crazy, but we just couldn't stop anybody. I can't tell you how many leads we blew last year. It's like I would see the Blue Jackets were up like 3-1. I'd look away for a couple minutes. I'd come back. No, it's tied. That was so annoying. That really was. You know? Now, for those out there that think, I don't think the Blue Jackets need to fix their D line, their D core. I think they could. I mean, right now, as it stands, according to Cap Friendly, our first line D pairing would be Zach Werenski and Andrew Peeke. I think we could definitely improve with our right shot defenseman on the first pairing. I mean, Peeke isn't bad, but we could definitely do better there. Peeke definitely was not very good last year at times. Provorov and Bokvist would be a very interesting second line D pairing. And then Blankenberg and Goodbranson would be the third line D pairing. So yeah, we could definitely improve on defense and goaltending too, which explains why I have backup goaltender as my third objective because it all depends on their thoughts and their view on Tarasov. Do they think Tarasov is a legit NHL goaltender? Or are they going to have him back in the AHL next year? We'll see. Right? It all depends on what they think of Tarasov, especially with a new coaching staff coming in here. So we'll see what they do with Tarasov. Of course, Elvis is going to be the guy right now. Now, if they were to get rid of Tarasov, I could see them going with maybe like a bigger name out there and maybe make Elvis the secondary goaltender. But we'll see what they do there. Now let's get on to the rumors, as I found a couple tweets from Brian Hedger, who covers the Blue Jackets. The first tweet from Brian is a response to James Nichols, who was talking about a report saying the Blue Jackets called the New Jersey Devils regarding Damon Severson's negotiating rights. Interesting. Now, Brian Hedger replied to that tweet with the following, and I quote, Yarmo said Tuesday the CBJ will look for more veteran D help. Of course, right? I mean, we got Provorov, and like I said, I don't think we're done with that position yet. This would be a trade with negotiating a contract extension in mind. So if we made this move for Severson, I would expect an extension shortly after. And then Hedger added, thought maybe they'd go for another NJ Devils 28-year-old pending UFA D man in Graves, Ryan Graves, but he's a lefty. Severson's a right-handed defenseman and would pair nicely with Provorov. So essentially, Hedger's trying to say that if we got Severson, that they could pair Severson with Provorov. That would be interesting. I would be very curious to see how that would work. Now, Hedger also had this tweet earlier this morning, and I quote, on NHL Network just now, at Friedge, HNIC, or Elliot Friedman, says hashtag CBJ isn't done looking to add to the blue line on the trade market. Really? We didn't know that. And then Hedger also added, from what I could gather the past couple days, I agree with that assessment. There was also a report before Provorov that Cbus checked on Severson's availability. So it'll be really interesting to see if we still go after Severson after getting Provorov, which it could happen. But Turkey thinks so too. And then to wrap it all up, we got a tweet from Anthony DeMarco from the fourth period as he was talking about the Blue Jackets going after Kevin Hayes. Now, if you remember, before the trade deadline last season, the Blue Jackets actually tried to trade for Kevin Hayes, but talks kind of fizzled out and they put it on the shelf until the offseason. Well, guys, the offseason's officially here. So let's see if this happens. But this is what Anthony DeMarco had to say on Twitter, and I quote, despite the Provorov deal, which was prioritized, it still sounds like Hayes to CBJ is a possibility. Now, keep in mind, Hayes and Gaudreau are good friends. So, there you go. But would Hayes want to come over here even with Babcock? I don't know. I don't know. I really hope Babcock has mellowed out in his time away, because if he comes here and he's still a douchebag asshole, oh, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. I really know. I already know it. Especially with all the young players we have. Oh man, it could get ugly. Now, DeMarco added as well, there have been discussions since the season ended, and were primarily focused on the retention amount on Hayes' salary. I'd expect the talks to be revisited. Now, it's important to remember, with the trade that just went down, the Kings retained money on Provorov, not the Flyers. So the Flyers retained their retainment slot. Yeah. They have, I believe, 3 open retainment slots, I think, per year. So they didn't use one on Provorov. And I expect them to use one on Hayes. So we'll see what develops there. But if I was a betting man, I would definitely put some money on Hayes being a Blue Jacket next year. I would be willing to bet that he would be a Blue Jacket heading into the season. I feel like this trade happens. But crazy dog, why couldn't they just add Hayes to the Provorov deal? Sounds a lot like the people that say, why didn't the Flyers add Carter Hart to the deal? Probably because it would have cost a lot more. And I don't know if two teams can retain in the same deal. you know, I could see us, you know, re-engaging with the Flyers for Hayes, much like I could see the Kings re-engaging with the Flyers for maybe Carter Hart. Never know. It all depends on what happens with their goaltender situation, especially since I believe they traded a goaltender to Philly. So we'll see again what develops with all these rumors and such. I would expect a lot more videos from me talking about the Blue Jackets. I know I didn't really do a lot of Blue Jackets videos in the past, but this is a big offseason for the organization, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I expect them to be busy, so I expect a lot of rumor videos and such. And then once the draft gets here, I will be doing a reaction video, not a stream, a video to the Blue Jackets making the 3rd overall pick. And if any trades go down, I will go live and we'll talk about them. Because trades do happen during the draft, and we'll see what happens. And then once free agency comes, if we sign anybody, I'll make a video on it. If we make any big trades, I'll go live. That's what I do. So as always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and I hope to see you tonight for my Guardians Red Sox series recap stream, where I will also preview the upcoming Astro series. And I might have a Browns video coming out later tonight too, so keep an eye out for that. As mini camp's officially over pretty much. Now they're on summer break, and training camp is next on the docket, coming up next month. And keep in mind, the Browns will not be in Berea at the end of July, as they will be coming out to my neck of the woods, to the Greenbrier, for the start of training camp. So don't be going to Berea expecting to walk in, because nobody's going to be there. They're all going to be in my neck of the woods. Literally. Get it? Because, West Virginia is practically all woods and mountains. All right, that's going to be it, guys. Hope to see you all tonight for my recap preview stream. And if I don't see you there, hope to see you tomorrow night for Game 4, Nuggets Heat. And until then, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Blue Jackets. Fire the cannon. I'm out. Bye.